What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Yes, it's been a bit slow with news because I've been really busy, and of course Man City going into their little winter break that they've got going, and of course the match being postponed against West Ham due to the weather. So yeah, there's not been too much to talk about, so we're going to put in a transfer update because there is a lot to talk about, and there's lots to talk about with City heading into the summer, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But like always, before we start this video, make sure if you want to help support my channel and also you want to stay in the loop with everything happening with Manchester City transfer news throughout the summer, then make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're aiming for 6,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can also find my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on there. You can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. I'm expecting City to be very busy throughout the summer, so it is a good business opportunity for anyone, so hit me up in the emails if you are interested in that. I'm expecting City to be busy. Busy means views and stuff like that, so yeah, worthwhile. And don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. So we're going to crack on with this video, and we're going to start off with the ins like always, and we've got a new name. Comes in the form of Gabriel, plays for Lille, he's a centre-back, apparently available for £40 million according to Duncan Castles, but the Sun have been contradicting that and saying that he's available for £30 million, so I imagine it's somewhere between 30 and £40 million, 22 years old, he's Brazilian, centre-back. Arsenal, Everton apparently are keen too. To be honest, I don't see that Gabriel is Manchester City's answer to a centre-back unless City want to be cheap and want to be able to bring in some kind of cheap alternative centre-back for us if we wanted to spend money elsewhere. But I don't see City doing that. A non-homegrown player, I see City trying to find, well, either the next big thing in terms of a great quality young player or a homegrown player and spending some money on a homegrown centre-back, which there's not many about, so I can't see City doing that, or I can't think on top of my head of any good alternatives for Manchester City. Or I'm talking more City are going to spend a lot of money on bringing in a top-class centre-back, which could come in the form of lots of centre-backs, which I've already done a video on back in January, so you can go check that out with centre-backs that City could well target, and I just don't see Gabriel being one of them, if I'm completely honest. He does, though, sound like an Arsenal signing coming in from Lille, cheap, 30 to 40 million pound. They need a centre-back. It makes sense for Arsenal. Would it for Manchester City? I'd like to think that, no offence to Arsenal by the way, but City's transfer strategies tend to be a little bit different to how Arsenal do, and Arsenal tend to be a little bit more prudent than what City are. Everton, I can believe that. I'm surprised where Wolves and that aren't also getting it linked, if I'm completely honest. I'm not too sure why City's name's there, but like I said, it might just be a cheap alternative. If City want to bring in a cheap centre-back very quickly, then it would be doable. I'm not too sure how people would feel about that. Maybe let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, the Mail, they've been reporting that Swansea centre-back Joe Rodon is apparently being considered by Manchester City. He's a homegrown Welsh 22-year-old centre-back. I don't know too much about him. Again, I can't see this being true unless Manchester City are going to sell John Stones. With City needing a little bit of a rebuilding job to be done, I just don't see John Stones leaving. I can see John Stones going down the pecking order. Yes, I can see John Stones growing frustrated, and I can see John Stones not being offered a new deal and John Stones leaving possibly maybe in the winter of next season or possibly the summer after. But in terms of City needing a rebuild job, I just see that there's other players there that's futures are being considered ahead of John Stones. Should these players have an impressive end to the season and stay, then maybe Stones' future might get called into question. But the question I'm asking is, Joe Rodon playing for Swansea City, is he a step up on John Stones? Rhetorical question. Now, going to move on to another player, homegrown again, links us nicely to Ben Chilwell. Now, apparently the Mail are reporting that Manchester City are seriously looking at the future of Benjamin Mendy in the summer, and should City decide to actually part ways with Benjamin Mendy and sell, then Ben Chilwell could well be the top #1 option for Manchester City if we're going to go after a left-back in the summer. I find that really interesting, and I can believe that to be true, but my problem is, again, I'm not too sure I see Benjamin Mendy leaving in the summer. Like I said, City will be looking at centre-backs. They'll look to try and sort that situation out. They might look to, with David Silva leaving, sorting that situation out. Claudio Bravo leaving, looking at that situation, and of course the future of Leroy Sané. Who knows what the future holds there? So there's possibly 4 new positions that City might be looking at. and I've heard rumours that City might well be looking at 2 centre-backs in the summer rather than 1, so 4 to 5 players there. You know what I mean? Like, there's a rebuild job. I can see it being done over 2 summers rather than 1, and I suspect City will be very busy this summer, and then they'll look to get the squad improvements going forward into the future transfer windows, and that's when the players like John Stones, just like Otamendi's and stuff like that, and also other players getting called into question, so the Mendy's, the Otamendis, the Stones and players like that. So yeah, we'd have to wait and see. I found it very interesting. Apparently Ilkay Gundogan's another player that's having his future looked at by Manchester City. Again, I'm not too sure. Gabriel Jesus is another one. Again, I'm not too sure. And Otamendi, and again, I'm not too sure. Something has to give. I suspect that at least 1 or 2 players will leave Manchester City. For whom they will be, I do not know. Now, I've got more news update on Nicolas Otamendi and that Milan Skriniar swap deal. Now, apparently, according to sources in Italy, Inter Milan, they're more keen on signing Joao Cancelo instead, and they prefer Milan Skriniar swap to be including Joao Cancelo instead. Now, Joao Cancelo is valued at roughly around £50 million, and Skriniar is valued at somewhere between £80 to £90 million too. And so, City would have to do a swap and include £30 to £40 million. I'm just wondering that if Inter Milan are interested in bringing in Otamendi, that we couldn't include a Cancelo and Otamendi swap. Then we're not paying any money for Skriniar, and then we're getting rid of Otamendi as a player that's future might get called into question, and also Joao Cancelo, whose future continues to get called into question. That something gets ticked off there, and City don't have to seek to try and sell these players, to sell players, to try and bring players in. Things start getting long and complicated, and that, like, you end up killing 2 birds with 1 stone type situation. But downside to all this, in my opinion anyway, is I just don't see Joao Cancelo leaving Man City in the summer. I think, and rightfully so in my opinion, he'll be given another season, and so, well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Now, this is really interesting. I was speaking about the future of David Silva, and David Silva will leave Manchester City in the summer. Who are City going to bring in? And City are looking at some homegrown players. Of course, with John Stones' future getting called into question, that we could sign another homegrown player in another position, and that may come in the form of Jack Grealish. Love to know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Manchester United apparently are having a look, of course, because Man City are interested. Man United will always naturally have a look too, but apparently Man City are having a look at the Aston Villa man. Man United have got no scouts. They're going to look at Jack Grealish, of course, but he's a homegrown, good on the ball, got some great personality in my opinion, and our squad is lacking a lot of personality, and so Jack Grealish should bring that little bit of an arrogance, that little bit of, I'm not sure what the word is, what I'm looking for, but it just brings that little, I hate the word, but I'll use it, swagger. It just brings it, you know what I mean? He oozes confidence. He's a really good quality player, a player that I'm certain that would improve under Manchester City, and would improve with the coaching of Pep Guardiola too. And I feel like if City could get a good deal for Grealish to be able to sign him from Aston Villa, then that would work wonders for us. Do I think he's as good on the ball as what a prime David Silva is? Absolutely not, but I feel like Grealish is a different type of player, a player that City could utilise, in particular, Premier League proven, a decent quality player, a player that likes to score, he likes to shoot, something that David Silva is a little bit reluctant on. Let's talk about David Silva and that pass, and you know, controlling it rather than shooting against Manchester United. I'm fairly sure if that was Grealish in that same situation, it'd have just hit the ball and, you know, try and put it into the back of the net. So I feel like if City were to sign him, I think he'd be a wonderful player for us. That's just my opinion. I could get behind City signing Jack Grealish. I'd love to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. Now we'll move on to the outs. The Bleacher Report have been reporting that John Stones' future is in doubt, and apparently City will be looking for offers for John Stones in the summer. That doesn't mean he's going to leave Manchester City, but City are open to hearing some suggestions from clubs, how much they're going to offer, and seeing what happens. The problem, like I said, is this homegrown quota that City are looking for. With Angelino leaving City, he's a homegrown player, and he could well leave on a permanent deal. Of course, he's getting starts for Red Bull Leipzig, and he doesn't seem to be doing too bad there. They could exercise their option to sign him for £25 million. And if they do that, City lose a homegrown player, and if we sell John Stones, we could be losing another homegrown player. So it comes a little bit difficult in my opinion, but he's a decent player. City signed Stones for £50 million. How much of that are they going to be able to get back? I'm not too sure. Who would they sell him to? I know Arsenal's being linked and they're interested. I'm just not too sure what the future would hold and what would happen. I think John Stones is a decent defender. He just needs confidence. Love to know your thoughts of this, but does no one think maybe a year-long loan move? I mean, John Stones can't be valued at that much, so I don't see what harm a loan move could do if we're going to bring another homegrown player in, like Jack Grealish. So, yeah, just love to know your thoughts of them in the comments below. So that's been the video. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, then make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed the video. Don't forget also, you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We're aiming for 6k subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. And don't forget also, you can find my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on there. And you can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Like I said, daily transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window. It's going to be incredibly busy. You want to stay in the loop, so a good chance for some views and a good chance for a sponsorship opportunity if you want to hit me up. So I'll see you all again for the next video. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.